feel I've got, do you know sometimes when you feel you got snot on you?
Well, there was a ban on black kits because refs...
Kits of colour?
Yeah. Rocky.
The chocolate bar?
No.
Okay.
The boxer.
That's like when I saw Alice Cooper in Birmingham Top Man buying black t-shirts, 2 for 10 quid.
Wow. What about St. Swithin's Day? No one celebrates St. Swithin's Day, do they?
She's so fit. Who's so fit? Find out after the break.
Salmon boys.
Salmon boys. Oh dear. Oh dear.
We didn't plan it.
If you are listening to this, you
then
don't even know what's happening.
You're missing out.
I'd usually come in with the hard opening, welcome to the Proper Rank Podcast, the podcast where we rank things properly, but
Salmon
not today.
Boys. Salmon boys in the building tonight.
We have dressed like our mum has dressed twins to go to a wedding.
Fucking Melanie and Martina from Funhouse.
We are Tia and Tamara from their house.
Oh no, not Mel. Didn't one of them wear yellow and one of them? That was a bad example.
Yeah, they didn't dress exactly the same.
We've literally dressed exactly the same.
The audiobook version of this, if you're not watching on YouTube, is we've both got black trow, white car
t-shirt, same one,
and then salmon boy
overshirt and a black hat.
I can't. When I saw you in the street, I thought, what the fuck is going on? We've been spending too much time together.
It's like we were still doing the prank episode.
But it's like that Spider-Man meme. We're like, you're a podcaster. I'm a podcaster. What are we going to wear next week?
Spider-Man outfit. Maybe just wear that.
Nice though, because it's Easter. Merry Easter.
Yeah, Merry Easter, man.
What we're doing this week, it's a little topical, special.
Yeah. We're not forgetting Easter. We're going to do an Easter specific one, but it's not what you think. What was your top answer? Family Fortunes is.
It'd be like chocolate,
eggs,
chocolate eggs,
rabbits.
We're doing the top comebacks.
Don't call it a comeback.
Because Jesus did his thing, didn't he? Where he was like nipped off and then had a 2-day bender.
Hey.
He's like, remember me?
Ooh.
What do you reckon he was up to in them days?
He's asleep. He's dead, wasn't he?
But he wasn't dead because Christians don't die, do they?
He was dead. He wasn't just like in the cave, just like hide. As soon as they rolled the rock, he was like, oh. I woke up.
Like when you were a kid and you were like hid away from your parents behind like a pillar, but it takes ages and he's just for 2 days, he's like,
yeah, like you know, he used to try and get a day off.
Yeah.
He was trying to be asleep till like your dad was just like, oh fuck it.
Yeah.
Did you ever get any of them days off?
Yeah, loads.
What, just by not getting up?
I was so good at like I used to pretend.
I'm not talking about pretending to be ill.
Right.
I'm talking about just ignoring the wake up.
No, what?
Just
my mum and dad would just go to work
and hope. Yeah.
No, that.
I got one.
Did you?
Yeah.
Were you in secondary school though?
Yeah, I think so.
Because you can't be 6 and they just go, right, well, I'm going to work then, Daniel.
That was before the fines. You probably could.
I only found out about the fines last week because my brother had to take his son out of...
Please finish that sentence.
My brother
sounds like your brother's a hitman who doesn't care about his family. My brother had to take his son out.
Just like... didn't want to look after him over half term. Came back 2 days later. No, he took him out. Took him out 3 days.
Wasn't it?
Not really. Well, it depends what time he died on Friday. In my head, it was an evening affair.
Do you reckon?
As the sun set.
All day on where? What was it? What was the hill called?
Christ's Hill.
No.
It was God Hill?
It was Golgotha.
Golgotha?
Like, yeah, and it means like mountain of the skull or something like that.
You knew it was curtains then, didn't you? If they're like, mate, can you just carry this bit of wood up to the skull mountain?
Yeah.
Oh, I think they're going to do me over.
I think that's the biggest violation of the whole like Jesus thing. That
what, making him carry the bit?
Imagine being on death row and they're being like, right, load that gun.
Yeah,
I'm gonna shoot you.
Solder that circuit board.
Just the dude we're using kinetic energy. Run on that treadmill. Just fucking winding it.
Just dangling a bit of fried chicken over it. Just put your little saucepan on your head. Ooh. I love the sponge and saucepan thing.
That's a good one for the future.
Death row meals.
Yes.
Or best executions.
Both.
How would you like to go if you were going to go? If you were Jesus and you knew like you get a 1-up, continue 9, 8, 7. That's what happened, wasn't it? And then he was running around going, someone passed us 50p.
Yeah, give us a coin. And
he put it in his hand and it fell through.
I was going to say that.
But if I'm pleased with that. If you knew that you were going to come back, what would your death of choice be?
I'd want to be hit by a train and the train be full of cunts that I hate who are going to have their days ruined.
Oh, especially on Easter weekend.
Oh,
trains are bad enough then.
Yeah.
And then you just go.
Yeah, if I have to put everyone on a replacement bus that I hate, that'd be good.
That'd be so good just to be like, soz.
You have to drive through Runcorn now. Because that's the worst thing about the replacement bus, isn't it?
Goes everywhere.
Is they have to like drive into the city centre and drop you off at the train station.
And it's so annoying with a bus, like, because you're going past your house. I remember once being on one, I was like, I live there. And he's like, it's not where the stop is.
Yeah,
I'm like,
so annoying,
but it is.
Just let me off. I'll press the button, you bellend. I'll pull the emergency cord.
Get the hammer.
Oh, the little hammer?
Yeah, that smashes the window. It's
doing nothing, that, is it?
I think it's like, because it's so thin, it actually does more damage.
What, to your head? It's like you on the head?
Anywhere. If you got that on the temple, you're gone.
You'd have to be so specific to get it on the temple, though.
Yeah, but I reckon you close one eye, and you just die.
Remember when Jesus went in the temple and overturned the moneylenders' tables?
Can you inform me on this?
He just didn't like gambling, Jesus, did he?
Oh, is that when he went, not in my house, not in God's house?
Yeah.
That's like quick, don't tell mum. That.
What's that?
When, like, do you know when you like, if you do
I thought that was like a CBBC show you'd been on. Like when I was on Quick Don't Tell Mum with June Sarpong.
No, it's like, do you know if you like having a play fight with your brother and sister?
It's the only child, isn't it?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Punch myself in the face.
Yeah, you go, don't tell mum.
Don't tell mum. Can't, don't live with her. Don't tell mum, good. You won't see her till a week on Tuesday.
Too much trauma here. I wanted to end myself there when I get too awkward when that happens. But like, you'd have a fight with your brother or sister, and then you'd like hit them too hard, or they'd knock your tooth out, and you go, don't tell mum. But that's what Jesus was like. They were all gambling, and he knew his dad had an all-seeing eye, and he's like
Sauron.
Mum and dad are coming back. They're coming back from their holiday.
Do you know that's my least favourite comedy trope?
What?
Is when people do like Jesus stuff.
Jesus, what, like as in like modern day Jesus?
No, like then, like my least favourite comedy trope is when someone talks about Jesus and then goes, oh, you're not my real dad. About Jophis. Fucking Jophis, right? Jophis is there making his cabinets and that.
Yeah.
And then his bird turns up, belly on it.
After a couple of days away.
Bad that.
It's been to the Temple of Honolulu, or I don't know.
People need to chat about how like Jesus was the original saviour, but people don't chat about how Joseph was the original cook.
I had to translate the spelling of cook then.
Oh, right, yeah, because you thought nobody had ever eaten warm food until then. You're like, yeah, they were just eating cold, like raw
cold
meat.
fish and bread. But also with the cook thing, do you reckon he had to like even whittle his own chair?
Oh,
and
to
then
sit
like
in the
sit
corner.
in that.
He had to make the bed. She's there going, make it extra strong. God's got a weapon on him.
God fucks though.
Oh, God fucks. God doesn't fuck as much as some, like, he doesn't fuck like Zeus.
Yeah, but Zeus has got lightning.
Zeus fucks. Zeus, out of all the gods in all the denominations and that.
So if you were to go through the shagging styles of gods.
Zeus fucks someone as a salmon.
You are?
Salmon boy.
Salmon boy.
Yeah, juice, apple juice.
Giving him some of that Sunny D. I'm Zeus, baby.
I think Sunny D was actually Helios, god of the sun.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, so
Shag someone as a salmon?
yeah, he used to go down and like fucking
What, shapeshift?
yeah, he fucked someone as a shower of gold.
Piss?
Yeah, maybe it was the original golden shower.
Wow.
Zeus was a
So he was a kinky bastard.
Like, he's got bare kids.
And then what about the elephant head?
Ganesh.
Yeah, what do you reckon that was?
Don't know about Hinduism, to be honest. And also, like,
Well, Hindus love a good time. Yoga and all that.
yeah,
So I reckon that...
cock straws.
What's cockstraws?
Oh,
Hindus.
But
I think
someone's joke that.
I think it's Paul Sinners.
Does it?
Yeah, but I think the what do you call it? The trunk.
Yeah,
Imagine getting snuffled off a trunk.
little trunk, put that where your peanuts are.
Yeah, and also when they come back, they'll be so good at it because they'll never forget how good you are.
My worry is if Ganesh is fucking you and and a mouse runs into the room and he has to stand on a small chair.
That Joseph is whittled.
Like a little cartoon. Like he has to hoist his petticoat.
And then Vishnu comes in trying to, with all of his arms, mate, get that fucking mouse gone.
What are them ones? Them man there?
Which one?
Vishnu, Ganesh, Shiva.
Which one's Shiva?
Don't know.
Which one's the one with all the arms?
I think that's Shiva, maybe.
Oh, maybe. I don't.
Might be Vishnu. I don't know. I'm not a big Hindu guy, man.
What do you think about Buddha shagging?
Nah. Buddha's too busy just sat in every basic bitch's garden. He's just there.
Just being like, whoa.
Yeah.
Mate.
I reckon Buddha's like, does that where he's like, mate, I've done me shagging.
Yeah. Just reminiscing.
He's like a guy that's like moved to live in Thailand, innit? He's like, I'll do a bit of shagging now and again.
Yeah.
I'll go and fuck a 21-year-old girl. But I'm 50 odd now, fat, and I've got a bit of money.
Yeah, he's completed
Buddha lives in Dubai. In my head. You know, you see them dudes, or he lives in like the Costa del Sol.
What, just like slightly
He's
sunburned?
just retired, he's got money.
He's at the EastEnders bar.
He's got like a Thai bride. Yeah.
Good on him.
Yeah. Well in, man.
And then is there any others? I mean, there's one that we're not going to go into.
Yeah, but I'm not going to mention it. I'll draw you a picture.
Schweer. Schweer.
Do you know the worst comeback? Fucking hay fever every year for me. I wish it'd fuck off.
That's where I'm at now.
I'd love to give up hay fever for Lent.
Did I ever tell you this? That I got hay fever so bad that when I was at primary school, I had to pick someone every day to stay inside with me.
That's bad for them.
Yeah, people would be looking at the floor, looking at the thing. They'd be like rubbing grass on them.
Why don't you stay inside on your own?
For a whole summer.
You and your scratchy eyes?
Oh, I was pathetic. My eyes are small anyway, but they go like...
Were you that kid at school that was like allergic to everything?
Not everything.
I didn't get hay fever till about 2010.
Oh, mate, I've been in hospital with it.
What?
I have to get an injection in my arse every year.
Who by?
Headmaster.
But, like, you've been in hospital with hay fever. Did you
too-
know it was hay fever?
Yeah.
Or did you get there thinking like you was having a heart attack or something?
No,
Like,
no,
mate,
no.
it's fucking hay fever, go away.
They just go, Piriton,
Did you phone the A&E?
A&E.
Yeah.
I just get it so bad.
That's the worst.
I have to get a Kenalog injection in my bumhole.
What?
Yeah.
What's a Kenalog? I thought that was when a dog shits in his house. Little Kenalog.
It's just like a steroid injection. But then I'd come into school and I'd be like, I'm on steroids.
Oh, yeah.
And like 10-year-olds would be like, lift that.
Yeah. Why
Lift
is
that chair onto that table.
Why
It's the
is
end of the
Brennan
day.
so good at dodgeball?
Knocking kids' heads off with a flyaway. Go on then, what's your first one that you bring into the table for comebacks?
There's so many. Like, it's ridiculous.
Well, it's different types.
That's the thing. And I made an executive decision to not exclude any comebacks. So, like, for example, I think, like, your mum.
She's never left, mate.
Your mum is the best.
Your mum.
I see her regularly. pop up on my phone and then I put it back in my pocket. But that's not true. So I'm going to go early on because it's a comeback that's close to my heart. And I know people will whinge about this because it is a very specific, if you don't like this team, then you're not going to be a fan of it. But one of my favourite ever comebacks is Manchester United versus Bayern Munich in May 1999 at the Nou Camp Barcelona.
So this, for me, I didn't really get into football properly because I'm a Man City fan.
Yeah, you weren't a City fan until...
I was a City fan.
Nah, big Curly Watts fan, yeah. Sean Goater and that.
Loved Taksin Shinawatra.
Yeah.
No, all of them.
Just a big Michel Vonk fan.
But Paul Dickoff and all, like old school. But City was so bad that it was very hard to be excited as a kid. So there was one year that I was a United fan.
This is so bad.
Is it?
This might be the worst anyone's ever gone down in my estimation. Between you changing football teams and being hospitalised with hay fever, I don't know which one's worse. You might have to have a half and half scarf.
Either way, I was very red.
Yeah, even my eyes were red that year.
No, it was like I was just bullied for the fact that I couldn't deal with pollen.
And Pollock, who used to play for... Who's that? Sean Pollock, to play for City. Of course you don't know.
Yeah, of course I don't know. I know Alano and that's it. So, my dad is a United fan, but not massive.
Is he?
Yeah.
Oh, sick.
But my brother and
Claire
my granddad...
Balding.
What?
That's what I call Claire Balding. That's your dad's nickname, Claire Balding.
Is it?
Yeah.
Why?
Because he's Big Les.
Oh. Well, there's a clip.
I call your mum Felt Pen. Beryl.
Yeah. Well, right. Let me do these two. So
let me do these 7 anecdotes that we've done 25 minutes.
This is like trauma. Like I can't remember any of my childhood, and then someone will say Beryl, but my mum's name's spelled Beryl. But the pen's Beryl. I used to tell kids at my school that my mum invented the pens.
Oh, I told my kids at school that my nan worked for Mr. Kipling. She was like his second... And then I used to keep up the lie, I used to take people like the odd apple pie and go, it's off.
No way.
It's off the man himself.
Signed...
Head baker for Mr. Kipling.
And then you've got 5 for your lunch.
Yeah.
Other lies I used to... Because it was pre-Google, wasn't it? So you say what you want.
So good.
So I'd do... Beryl, my mum invented the pens, even though she worked in the infants as a TA.
Yeah.
I told everyone my brother was Lee Brennan from 911, and then my mum found out and made me tell everyone that was a liar. Told people on holiday.
911 is also what you have to phone when you get hay fever in America. Someone please call 911.
And then I told people on holiday I was the Milky Bar kid. And my mum again was like, he's not. Imagine saying that to 8-year-old.
Also, pick a cooler fucking role model.
Milky Bar kid was huge then.
He wasn't. He was about 5'1".
Imagine saying you knew the Ricicle's astronaut.
Yeah. Oh, do you know who my uncles are? Snap, crackle and pop.
The gay that go out with Alvin, Simon and Theodore.
But anyway, the 1999 final, United
of
won
the Champions League.
The Champions League to win the treble. Never been done by an English team.
Then.
Yeah. Still never been done by an English team that isn't owned by a oil state. But anyway.
Aberdeen.
That's just a state. So 1-0 down. After 9 minutes, Mario Basler, free kick. Shit, United were terrible. Missing Keane, missing Scholes. Wank. Really bad. We were like, we've won the double. Is this how it's going to fizzle out? What a fucking disappointment. On comes Sheza. On comes Ollie. Sheringham gets a goal back, and then you're like, all right, it's going to be extra time. And I'm glossing over this because it's been spoken about so much. Oh, you all know the story, even if you think you don't.
My mum's listening to this and she doesn't have a clue what's going on.
Beza?
Yeah.
Beza knows.
Beza and Leza.
The Happy Mondays featuring Kiki D. And then little flick on, Sheringham flicks it on, Solskjaer just puts his little Norwegian leg out. 2-1. What a comeback. 2 goals in extra time. They scored 2 goals, 1 cup. They won 1 cup. I haven't got many sports comebacks on other than that. And apart from Magic Johnson made a great comeback from AIDS.
What, in the 92nd, in overtime? They give him 6 months to live.
How mad's that?
He's at 7. He gets his little Norwegian leg out, which is probably why he ended up with it.
Magic Johnson still had a basketball career and now he's like a really good pundit and he's probably a billionaire because of his business dealings, and he had AIDS and you went in hospital with hay fever. What a terrible juxtaposition that is.
Well, it didn't matter as well. Like, the thing that probably gave him AIDS, I imagine, is penetrative sex with someone.
Yeah.
And like, you could argue that he has got a Magic Johnson.
Yeah, and you could probably argue that he wish he could take his comeback. But
Do you reckon he did it from a distance? 3-pointer, all net.
all a net. Yeah, so other than that, you like NFL? There must have been an NFL one.
There's been a couple of NFL ones, but the main one was I'd say about 8 years ago. Patriots, Atlanta Falcons. The Atlanta Falcons were dicking all over the Patriots, and then they came back in the second half and just, I think it was like something like a 30-odd point deficit. But then there's a controversy around it because basically they just said they deflated all the balls.
Oh, I haven't seen a Falcon like be bossing it and then have a terrible ending since Kez. That was the last time a Falcon started off strong and finished terribly.
Weirdly enough, all the Atlanta Falcon fans at the end were all like this. You fucking like 2 fingers up. I've got one.
Go on.
I think a massive one, maybe about 10, 15 years ago, a music one.
Right.
Take That.
Come on. Take that.
And party, Salmon Boys.
That's good. Do you know why that's good? And that's good in the same way that we won't talk about it loads. I'll talk about it now quickly because I'm not aware of it. Really, I haven't got enough info on it. But Dirty Den in EastEnders was a massive comeback. And that's the reason I'm linking that to Take That is I don't care about Take That. I don't know about Take That, but I knew about that comeback. And it was the same with Dirty Den. Like, he'd been out of the show for so long, he'd been dead, and then he came back. People of a certain age might want to put Dirty Den on the list. That was probably, there's a lot of people who that would be their best one.
When they were crying.
Not me.
Schoolgirls crying, Dirty Den's dead.
Yeah, Dirty Den's dead, he's in the canal.
And they were only together for 6 years.
Were they?
Until he broke up.
That's so mad.
6 years. A guy called Nigel Martin Smith. Not a nice man. But they never are they? Like the Louis Walshes of the world, the Simon Cowells.
Do you think he had to add the Smith because of Leeds United goalkeeper Nigel Martin?
Yeah, I think they were always getting confused. And the Leeds United goalkeeper was probably being like, getting deliveries for chainmail, for gay chainmail for their first video.
Oh.
Do you remember Take That's first video?
No.
It was all black and white, and they were sort of in sex harnesses. Oh. And Gary Barlow had bleach blonde hair, and all he wanted to sing was just ballads, but he had to dance like New Kids on the Block in some little hot pants.
It's from Frodsham. It's from near here.
Is he?
Sorry, months down the river.
Boring bastard.
I reckon.
He's the most boring. I bet he's like, I'm a laugh. Hiya, Gary.
Hiya, Gaz.
Yeah, I bet he's gone, I'm Gaz. You're not. You Gary.
Gaz yourself.
Barlow.
Fucking Gaz yourself. Prick. I'm in a mad mood today.
But they went away. He tried his career. He was always jealous of Robbie.
Shout out Emma Lalek, who was in my class crying the day that happened in my maths lesson. Yeah.
You married at first sight class?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So they came back maybe like 2010.
Was it?
Today this could be the greatest day of our
Is that them?
lives. What?
I didn't know that's them.
You didn't know they were the greatest day?
No, I thought, did they come back with like, have a little patience?
Was that the first?
I don't know. I don't know. This is what I mean. I knew they'd come back. That's why we know it's a big comeback, because that wouldn't normally cross my desk. But yeah, I knew about it. And then they had a Marks and Spencer's a song on an M&S advert.
Come on now, just come and see, shine your face.
Rick and Bob's
come on, baby, let it
style.
wank.
Oh yeah,
That one.
Yeah.
Wank, wank, have a wank.
Proper rank.
Proper wank. It's not any wank.
It's a proper.
Yeah, it was. They had like some real banging tunes. So much so that Robbie asked, was like, "Can I?"
Did he?
Yeah. He was like, "Can I come back in?"
Oh,
You didn't know he came back? Yeah.
No, I didn't know.
So they did this massive tour called, I think, like the Circus Tour.
Yeah.
It was like stadium, and they had a big like animatronic human. It was like Coldplay-esque.
I bet that stadium stunk of HRT.
I wonder where you were going. You said H, and I was like, Magic Johnson was there.
And Steps were there too. was Steps on first? It stunk of H. He might have the worst name in history.
Oh, H. I feel so sorry for H.
Yeah, it's like your cousin Kelly, innit?
Kelly.
Kelly.
But I bet he's so glad now that he goes by H.
Yeah. It used to be like, oh, yeah, my name's actually, can you stop calling me that? Because my name is Ian Watkins.
And then the lead singer of The Lost Prophets was an absolute wrong un. Kept kissing babies.
Yeah, not in like a presidential election type way.
No. The only thing he was running for was...
The only thing he was running from is Stenson Hunter in the back of a Lidl in fucking Telford. Port Talbot Lidl.
Just begging for a last train home. Talking of musical comebacks.
Talking of rap, actually, Dr. Dre had a pretty good comeback. So I don't know if he released a Chronic in '93, and then he just disappeared, and then he came back with the Chronic 2001, which came out in
99.
Yep.
Did it?
Yeah. Freaks people out. That
Yeah,
message.
but doctors are always having time off, aren't they?
Yeah. That's mad. It is mad. And
3 years on, 3 years off.
He couldn't read his own lyrics that he wrote. They were all scribbled down. He's like, what? They were like, whoa, we came to the concert, but the receptionist wouldn't let us in.
Share. Like, comment, and subscribe. But share.
Do you believe that this party's good?
No matter how hard. I love that. I love that effect on a voice. So Cher, obviously big. I don't want your drink. So Cher has been big since her husband was around Sonny. But I think he got involved in some sort of religious war with
a tree.
No, with Shiites.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And
you know how he died?
No.
Oh, okay.
How did he die?
He hit trees skiing.
Was she there?
I think it's pronounced Cher. But no, she wasn't.
Fuck.
I think they were done by then.
So he just hit a tree.
Yeah.
Oh, what a way to go.
I know.
Got sad now. So she hadn't had a number one hit for 33 years and then brought out Believe.
Right.
That's, in terms of time.
So when did I'm going to call, I don't think that this is true.
I think it's fully true.
So when did Believe come out?
In a bit ago.
When was it though? Like 2000 and something?
I think I was wearing my purple Man United top, so maybe 97.
Because I don't know for sure, but I think that Cher had a hit in the early 90s with Shoop the Mermaid song. If you wanna know if he loves you so, it's in his kiss. That's what it is. Oh yeah.
All the Salmon Boys are available for any bookings.
Mate.
So when she just came back with like, I love that.
The underwater.
Yeah.
The underwater singing. I think you know that Cher had a number one 10 years apart, but you just wanted to do that.
I swear to you, Google said to me, 33 years.
We'll have a look. I might be wrong.
It's so fun to do.
Loads of people started that after that, didn't they? There was a few, like, it started a wave.
Like that weird vocoder.
Yeah. My favourite is Roger Troutman on
Another fish, innit, Troutman?
Oh, yeah. Fair. What else you got?
So this is probably one of the big ones. I've seen this one on a list. This sounds bad, that, doesn't it?
Is it Ian Watkins again?
When you type in best ever comebacks, Robert Downey Jr. is... That's a respectful way of saying it.
You're right.
Bobby S.E.N. Child.
Robert used to go to Brennan's Mum Cafe Jr.
He was like a handsome young starlet. Yeah. And he was in bits and bobs, wasn't he? Was he in like Nightmare on Elm Street?
Don't know.
I think he was in Nightmare on Elm Street. He was in bits and bobs. Like, so he was like...
Was he in Heathers?
Yeah.
Was he?
I don't know. But like around the time like Johnny Depp was doing his thing, so he was going to be the next big star. Then kept having drugs, and prostitutes and drinks.
Sounds terrible.
I know. This also sounds like a Dre rap album. But and then it just all went to shit because he kept getting arrested, kept getting put in prison. If you Google his mugshot, Schwepp, he looks like such a smug cunt. Yeah, he's like, I know I'm going to be Iron Man.
My
in
dad
20 years.
Is Robert Downey Sr. He's a film director.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh,
he's a Nepo.
He's another Nepo. Fucking hell. He's a good actor though.
He is.
And then he came back with Iron Man. But he's had another comeback because he was in the Marvel films.
Marvellous.
Marvellous. Was brilliant, I think, because some of them are shit. And now his character died. Spoiler, Iron Man died. And now he's back as a new character.
Well, he's not a new... He's a new... He's playing an old character, though, isn't it? He's a new... It's not a new character. It's Doctor Doom, isn't it?
Yeah, Doctor Doom. But people are like, I think it's the same person. I love a conspiracy for a film. Because you're like, it's not real.
What's your favourite?
Film or superhero?
Conspiracy from a film.
Ooh. I've got one which is connected to this.
Well, let's do it. Well, I'll do mine first because it's not connected to this. There's a theory that Sean Connery's character in The Rock is actually James Bond.
So what's The Rock?
The Rock is Nicolas Cage.
Yeah. Is
a biochemist or something, and Ed Harris and a group of disgruntled military people hijack and take over Alcatraz and equip rockets with this VX gas, which is like gas that can like decimate an area in seconds. It's like the most deadly gas there is. And then they're on Alcatraz, which is like obviously a fortified prison. No one's ever got out except one person. And the one person is Sean Connery's character. So Stanley Godspeed, who's Nicolas Cage's character, has to work with him, and they have to break into Alcatraz. So he has to go in.
Sounds great.
The Rock is fucking great. He has to get into Alcatraz. He has to take Nicolas Cage with him, who's like a pussyhole, but he's the only person that can disarm these rockets with the VX poison gas, because he works for he's like a bomb squad dude.
And is he sort of playing that Bond type character?
But he's not called James Bond. But the theory, so they give loads of exposition, like they're like, oh, he did this and he went miss it, and it sort of marries up with the times when Connery was Bond.
Do you reckon it's either that, or do you reckon that the producers have gone, he shite him. He could only do one character.
Maybe.
Let's pretend.
What are you on about Cage?
No. I love Cage, mate.
Yeah, me too, but he is like...
Yeah, he's the same. I'm Nicolas Cage.
He's the American
That's my way of doing
Graham.
That's my way of doing impressions of people. I just say their name.
Their name, yeah.
Hello.
Matt Damon.
Yeah. Hello, I'm Tina Fey. My theory, my favourite conspiracy for films is connected to the comeback of Star Wars.
Right. 1999, The
Yes.
Phantom Menace.
Which is another name for Ian Watkins. Darth Maul. Just do this. Oh, this is so. This might not make it.
Don't do it.
Don't. Is he really gonna do it? Just like, do you know how Darth Vader would be like this? It's just like this. Someone in a playground, like, someone's talking about my nipples.
And then he goes, don't tell your father.
Why do you think they chopped his hand off?
Yeah, that's the last time you're nonce in Dubai.
He's just from Yorkshire. He's like, Luke, that's your father. So, The Phantom Menace came out, and it was such a big deal because we missed out on the sort of initial buzz of Star Wars ever existed.
Yeah.
I'd seen the films, thought they were amazing.
I never.
I love them. I think they're brilliant. And then it was announced that they're coming back. And at the time, it was exciting. You look back on now, they're a bit shit. But The Phantom Menace was a huge comeback, and it sort of paved the way for all of these films now that come out. But my favourite conspiracy around that is the most annoying character in all of it is Jar Jar Binks, who sort of looks like, I don't know,
Cunt.
he looks like a cunt. He looks like a long Dobby.
Oh, yeah.
He's got like big ears, and he's like, Misa Jar Jar Binks.
Yeah, he looks like a...
I said that the only impressions I can do when I say people's names.
Is he like a fucking llama? He looks a bit like a llama with long ears.
He just looks like someone stopped a circumcision halfway through and been like, it's Friday, 5 p.m, come back on Monday. He's like, Miso Sikazais. And he was like this dozy fucking...
It's like fucking Manuel from Fawlty Towers, but in Star Wars.
So the conspiracy theory is he was meant to be the next big baddie. Yeah.
Wow.
But fans hated him so much that they just wrote in a new character in the second one, which is the Clone Wars, I think.
Right, yeah.
Where they had, I think, Count Dooku, who's a guy who just comes in. He's got no connection to anything. He's a bit shit. He's not scary.
Just drinks carrot juice. It's a little Count Duckula Easter egg for the man them there.
Easter special.
Yeah, exactly.
So in the first film, he's just like fucking things up on purpose.
He's such a cunt.
He's like knocking things over. Everything goes wrong when he's there. And then it was meant to be a conspiracy where it's like, he's doing it on purpose to fuck them all up.
Right. Why don't he just kill him in his sleep?
Because he is Jar Jar Binks.
No, but like, if that's what you wouldn't be like, oh, I've knocked a vase over, I'm so evil. You'd be like, fucking put a pillow and fucking choke him out. There's another Star Wars conspiracy, isn't there? That, you know, the Wookiee one. Yeah, so he's like that because...
That was me saying, hello, I'm Chewbacca.
But that's why he's called Chewbacca, because his voice is like that because he got lung cancer from smoking. And he couldn't smoke anymore. That's why he's called Darth Vapor. But yeah, and he couldn't smoke anymore, so he had to Chewbacca.
Fuck off.
It's that, look it up.
It's better than him. Imagine it just really lose its shine if him and Han Solo are going to Tatooine and he goes...
Don't ask why he's called Han Solo.
Mate.
It's because he's got a £5 limit on his credit card. Him and his mate Han Switch. He's a tenner on it.
Johnny Maestro. All right, if we're talking about comebacks,
Yeah. Is this Magic Johnson again?
the Magic Johnson of our generation, Boneth Blue,
Why is what is this?
because she's
Got cum on her back.
got cum on her back. Yeah. She's got cum all over her back, and she's probably the goat of it at the minute.
Yeah, maybe.
Like, do you remember when you dip your hand in PVA glue and peel it off? I imagine that's a daily chore for her.
What I like about the Bonnie Blue thing and the Lily Phillips, which is very much Israel and Palestine of our day, but so I just imagine Bonnie Blue just posting that Usher gif to a group chat. So like Lily Phillips fucked like 100 man or something.
Yeah.
And then, you know that, watch this. I think Bonnie Blue just went, watch this. And then, do you know, like, what?
Do you know, the thing with that, if you'd done 100, I'd probably just go, I'll do 200. They could have stretched that out. That's not right. Oh, no.
101.
Yeah.
Let's do it like that.
101 Dalmatians.
No, they'll do that next. They will do that next. Do you know when people go, if you went back in time and you could like invent something, you'd make loads of money? Like, I just want to go back in time to before that and set up a little balaclava stall outside the house.
But like match day ones.
Yeah, like
half Lily Phillips, half commemorative ballets. I was here.
A little badge, a little Bonnie Blue Peter badge.
It'd be pink.
It'd be brown. Salmon boys.
But do you know, like, she gets slagged off completely. And do you know what? She's just doing a thing.
Yeah.
I think the men are the worst thing in that. When you're turning up with your dad, like it's Sunday league, I'm dropping him off.
Do
you know what? I might just stay and watch.
Do you reckon he swapped sides at half time? Like, you used to do that. There's like a kid who was playing right back, and his dad, instead of standing with all of the team and all the other parents, he'd go and stand where his kid was playing.
Yeah. So
and
he
then
could just
swap
go,
round at half
go on,
time.
lad, smash it. Fucking go smash it in back at net there.
That's what they were saying at the body. Get stuck in.
It's a 2-footed tackle. Referee. Card in. But why would you go with your dad?
Why would you go?
Me and Big Les. Shirts and skins. Stood there in a corridor in your socks.
Defo shirts in that one.
I'd be fully clothed instead of going.
No, but I mean, like, no skins there.
No.
Absolute full kit. Shin pads.
These are me 4-year-old shinnies. Astro boots on.
Shinnies on for Blue.
I'd be double bagging.
Oh, yeah. Double shinnies.
Yeah.
Cricket pads.
Magic Johnson top on. Never forget. But, like, I feel awkward getting changed at the gym. So being stood in a corridor where everyone's, like, fluffing themselves.
Oh, mate. You can't not dick watch as well.
You have a guy looked at me today.
No, but in the queue.
Yeah, you've got to be sizing up your competition.
You'll be like, I don't want to go there. Or just let me start. You know, when you have a photo done at a gig, and there's like the full bill, and you're I'm not standing next to fucking Christian Schulte low. I'm going to look well small there, and next to that 6'5" German comedian. Put us next to Tanya Lee there. That's where I want to go.
But also, like, do you remember when you'd
Three first names?
Tanya Lee Davey?
Yeah. I don't know if she'll make the list, Bren.
One of my favourite things that I found out about her when I did a little bit of research. Sounds like I did loads.
Did a little bit of just I put it in X Hamster and just whatever came up.
Yeah, just Wikipedia. But guess where she used to work? She used to work in a shop.
Right. Farm foods.
No. Pound stretcher.
Oh, fuck off.
Maybe someone's changed it on Wikipedia, but it says that she used to work in pound stretcher.
That's 2 first names.
That's 2 of her skills that got her the job of Bonnie Blue OnlyFans.
Fuck. That's like me working at Lidl. It's like nominative determinism.
Right, let's get it out the gutter. Where are we going next on greatest ever comebacks?
What about The Undertaker? You know, the wrestler. Doesn't he always, like, nearly lose and then, like, come back from the dead?
That's what Bonnie Blue was like 500 in. And they went, lads, no. They turned the lights off. And she just sat back up. Dong. Little choke slam. Tombstone power driver.
Fucking hell.
The last ride. There are all these free finishes.
These are all... Did they do it in the winter, that? Or was it a SummerSlam?
Little Royal Rumble. There's only 30 men in that. 1,000 men. It's hard enough trying to get people for five aside.
Oh, mate, I struggled yesterday.
If you said Bonnie Blue was there, rolling subs.
Yeah. Don't need bibs, we'll just do balaclavas with faces.
Semis versus full stonk-ons.
What would be the biggest comeback?
Do you know what I'd love?
What?
Merger. Michael Jackson.
Right.
Because there's a conspiracy around Michael Jackson where he's just this bald man with a thin nose now.
Right.
And he's like, Blanky. But
come back and be like, whoa, you look androgynous. What are your pronouns? And he'd be like, hee hee.
Then just moonwalk out the room. You definitely know as well when he did the moonwalk that someone's dad, when it's not even factually true, it'd be like this. He's just like, one small step for Blanky, one giant leap for MJ.
Michael Jackson's a good one. Tupac lives in Cuba, apparently. Elvis.
Yeah, he's a pastor. Tagliatelle, I think.
Should have had more of that instead of deep fried peanut butter butties.
Oh, I'd love that. But I think if Madeline McCann came back now at Easter.
Yeah. Right. By the way, how long till we just have to start calling her Madeline McCann? So you've put Vine and Pogs.
Yeah. Vine was a vibe.
Vine was good.
7 seconds was it?
That's how long it lasted.
Yeah. That'd be me at Bonnie Blue's thing. I'm doing a Vine. That's what I'd whisper to her. I'm doing a Vine.
What a fucking great excuse for premature ejaculation that is.
It's a Vine.
It's a Vine. Oh, mate, that's going on the list instead of you're just so fit.
Or how about you came slow? I'm doing a Vine. No camera in the room. It's been shut off for nearly a decade. I'm doing a Vine.
I'm trying to bring it back. I'm doing a Vine. I've got one that ultimately has to go on the list, and it's Alfred the Great, right? King Alfred of Wessex.
So what year are we in? Because
we're in like the 9th century.
I've burnt myself here.
The 800s.
In the past few podcasts, because people keep saying you don't know anything about history.
Don't know much biology either. Don't know much about science book. Don't know much about the French. But I mean, what annoys me about that song is that science book technically would include biology. You don't need to say it twice.
And also, you can't know much about science book.
Yeah.
You don't know much about grammar, mate. And literature. You don't know much about science book.
What?
Fucking what?
What?
I know stuff about physics, mate.
The great comeback is you should be coming back to school. And he's like, don't you mean going back? And I'm like, don't teach me about grammar. Whoever that is that sung that song.
Or Grandad.
So, Alfred of Wessex, a.k.a. Alfred the Great, only king to have the Great attached to his name.
Attached, or is it self-proclaimed?
Well, that's not his
nickname?
name. His name wasn't the Great.
Was it not?
No.
Okay.
His name was of Wessex. So basically, you heard of the Great Heathen Army? Have you seen Vikings?
Yeah.
Right. So,
Ragnar Lothbrok.
So yeah, he didn't exist, but his sons did in real life.
Dreams.
So Bjorn Ironside was a person.
Yeah.
Ivor the
Was
Boneless
he in a wheelchair?
was a person. No, that's Ivor the Boneless. They don't know.
Oh no, because of the Ironside.
But maybe they got. Oh, sorry, that was good. Little Mo it was, because before she hit Trevor, she had the iron by her side. But
And then Ivor the Boneless, or as I like to call him, Ivor Tendies.
So they came over. It's called the Great Heathen Army. They invaded. They started in Lindisfarne in the monastery, fucked some shit up for some monks.
Oh, that's when they found out about Christianity.
Yeah, well, they just came over and said, like, what are these cunts doing with the crosses? And then they just murk a man.
He was like, I'm just trying to carry this to me death.
Yeah. And they're like, mate, our guy turns into a raven and he's got one eye. He's well better. Basically, they smashed some things up, the Vikings. They were hard as fuck. And he was like nearly on the edge of defeat, and they invaded Winchester, I think, and he had to leave, and he lived in the marshes. You might have seen that on Vikings when he was like in Athelney Marshes in Somerset, and he's there, and they nearly caught him, but he was hiding in a tiny little fucking hut, like a peasant's hut.
Scared?
Yeah. But then he came back and defeated the Great Heathen Army.
How?
There was like the feud, which is like men with pitchforks like turned up.
Oh yeah,
like, a couple of other armies rallied around. I think Mercia came down, and they ended up defeating the Great Heathen Army, and therefore chased them out. And if it wasn't for that, you could argue that England as we know it wouldn't have existed, because the Danes might have just.
We might all have like face tattoos, them weird haircuts, be fit as fuck.
Do you know why this podcast is so good? Right. Because watch this now. Watch this.
Okay.
So the Danes might have like took over our country, and then we'd have all been doing Danish stuff.
What, like wearing purple United tops?
No, playing with Lego.
Oh, I see what's happened here. Or as I like to say in Norwegian,
Or Danish, Brennan.
Or Danish. Hello, I'm Danish. Fucking hell. I thought Danish, but no. Okay. So Lego. What a comeback. People think that Lego's been, and it has been around for ages, but I think it was at one point Ledo. And it was made of, because it was, when it first was come out, it wasn't a toy, was it? It was like a thing for people designing structures and stuff. A bit like Connects.
Right.
Less fun.
What's the Meccano?
Like Meccano or Duplo.
That's fat Lego, isn't it?
Yeah, that's
baby Lego.
Thyroid Lego. That's, if you don't stop eating those fucking burnt cakes, we're gonna have to cut off your Lego.
Yeah.
So then they decided to make it all colourful, and then obviously it became popular, didn't it?
Right.
Because where's Lego from? Danish.
Daneland, yeah.
Daneland.
Denmark.
And then they got a bit greedy, and they just started fucking fanning around, making TV shows.
Yeah, theme parks.
I got stung at Legoland Windsor, actually.
Do you want to hear a funny thing?
£5 for a burger.
Do you want to hear a funny thing?
Of course I do. And so do you. Do you. And when I say do you, I'm looking at you, the listener.
So you're looking at the viewer. You're talking to the listener.
Fucking hell. So, tell me more about Daneland.
Well, I'm going to tell you about Legoland Windsor,
the
theme park. Or do I mean the person? There was a person who, when he knew that it was going to open, he changed his name by deed poll to Legoland Windsor.
Fuck off.
So, and like, he tried to sue them.
What, for being like, you can't call the place after me?
Yeah.
It's like when Hugo Boss tried to shut down like a dodgy barber's in...
Oh, right. Yeah.
Evesham or something.
There's a route, I don't know how apocryphal this tale is, but someone once changed his name in like the 90s when he got onto a trend and he knew what was going on with websites and stuff. He registered the domain 21st Century Fox.
Wow.
Because it was obviously called 20th Century Fox.
And he knew it was going to...
Yeah, and I think he got... Again, this could all be bollocks, but I think he got some money for that.
Well, the most recent one I know of with that, because I bet companies now, they just buy everything, is the Washington Commanders, who were an NFL team.
Oh, yeah.
Used to be called the Washington Redskins.
Terrible
name. And it's only about 4 years ago that they were like, we should probably stop calling it this. So they were going to change the name to the Washington Redskins.
Yeah, Scooby-Doo was the CEO. Washington Redskins?
They were going to change the name to the Washington Red Wolves.
Right.
And someone just bought the IP of Washington Red Wolves. And they were like, you can have it off me for
And they went,
a nil.
Call it the Commanders instead.
They were just called the Washington football team for a bit.
Yeah,
Because they
yeah.
just couldn't decide on what to be
That's
called.
so funny.
And the guy was like, fuck.
Oh,
shit.
walking around now, stood in the fucking doctors. Washington Red Wolf?
He's like, it's the Redskins.
It's me. So Lego.
That's why you go to the doctors, wouldn't it? After you wash your hands.
A Washington Redskin.
Yeah.
No, that's you when you see a dandelion. You fucking pollen.
Cryington red eyes. So my final one that I'm adding to the pot. This is a healthy pot.
It is a healthy pot.
You're going to have to come back next week. Is Gandalf the Grey from Lord of the Rings, LOTR.
There's going to be absolute Virgoses on here that go in, technically, Gandalf the Grey didn't come back. He came back as Gandalf the White. Fuck off.
He came back as Ian McKellen, who is he just seems like such a sound bastard.
Well, if you think that about him, give him his proper title.
Sir Ian McKellen,
Such
Gandalf the Gay. That can't stay in, can
that
it?
won't stay in now. None shall ass.
Flee, you fools. Sassy Gandalf goes down to the Shire, which is essentially Canal Street. He's like, where are those curly twinks? One of them's like, I'm off to find a ring. I'll give you a lift. I'm just gonna gather 7 other men. One of them is Viggo Mortensen, the most handsome man that's ever lived. I
Open
seen
your Lego lass. That's why Lego succeeded, because the guy made a Lego ass and sex sells. Edit all this.
the yellow ass.
Go on.
I seen Ian McKellen's knob once. Sorry, I seen Sir Ian McKellen's knob once, and he has an absolute pipe on him.
Really?
The biggest dick I've ever seen in my life.
The biggest, like literally the biggest dick you've ever seen in your life?
Put it this way, I went to go and see him in King Lear when I was
Right.
about 19 years old, and I was sat at the back of the Royal Shakespeare Company. So I'm 30, 40 rows deep.
Saw it from behind. Must have been big.
And he was at the back of the stage, and it still looked big.
Wow.
It was like, do you know like when they do like kebab shops, those like 2-person kebabs or like
Yeah.
a challenge?
Like a wrap, like a big wrap.
Yeah. Like where your mum would go, use both hands, you're going to spill it on the carpet.
I had a bit in my set where I talk about someone's big dick and I said it looked like one of them old rolls of dog food. Is that what it was
Where
like?
it's like been balancing.
yeah.
Fuck yeah, it was like that. It looked like there was a cowboy riding a bomb. Just going, salmon boys.
A little mechanical bull.
Yeah. It was a big old chopper, but he doesn't even give off big dick energy. He just seems like a sound guy.
I know what you mean.
I seen a video of him the other day.
I don't know when he would give off big. You'd be like, you're not watching X-Men going, fuck, I bet Magneto fucks.
Just pulling out people's Prince Alberts. Shank, shank. I seen this video of him the other day where he went to go and see Ollie Alexander from Years and Years.
Right.
And he's in the box.
Yeah, from miles away.
Miles away.
From
Curled
the
one
back
in.
of the Bonnie Blue queue.
He just did a fucking
He
S-bend.
jumped the queue.
I shall pass. And like people are filming him. You see Ian McKellen, and all he's doing is just pointing to the stage to be like, check this guy out.
Yeah.
I love those people that go,
Yeah.
he's the best.
He is the best.
But Gandalf coming back,
Yeah, that was a good one. Because he was like, what up?
he's like, I got some new friends.
Yeah,
Like he was going the Mobos.
you're like, where have you been, Gandalf? Iron Apple.
Turns up like Wayne Lineker.
Gets his dick out. He's like, do you really like it?
they're running away from those fucking horsey people, and you just hear.
Where do you have to put the ring? Can you just throw it at the volcano? No, it's got to go inside.
We've come back.
Hey, see what you did?
From making a list. Top 5?
Top 6. Let's do a top 6 because I think in at 6, they wrote this guy off. They wrote him off. They said he'd had too many chances. He's never going to come back. So in at 6, I'm going with
Ian Watkins.
Danny McLaughlin. Similar. Danny McLaughlin coming back to the podcast game.
He's back, baby.
With the Proper Rank podcast. Over a year out of the game.
How do you feel about when people in the comments have gone, I hope this one sticks? Because it is.
What?
With the Salmon Boys.
Nothing bothers me about that.
Which sounds like Eskimo twins.
It's all good banter.
Yeah.
But I did like 130 episodes of that other podcast.
Wow. That's
which
a lot.
is like loads more than loads of other podcasts.
That's more than The Wire.
Yeah, it's not as good as The Wire though. Fucking sick, The Wire. Anyway.
All right then. So Danny McLaughlin at 6. In at number 5, Gandalf the Grey / White.
Didn't it before he was dead, mate. Flee, you fools.
Yeah, when he's fighting that big devilly Ragnarocky.
The Balrog.
The Balrog.
Yeah.
And he's got like a
flaming whip.
Yeah. Flee, you fools. And then it goes. So dramatic.
Yeah.
And he comes back and he's like, guess who back, baby?
I was just on an eagle.
Doing a gap year. Go on then, what's at number 4?
In at 4 is Manchester United in the Champions League final to win the treble in a late May evening in 1999 at the Nou Camp, Barcelona versus.
I remember it well. Me and my keeper top.
Yeah, when you was a
Come
United
on,
fan.
Shamichael.
Yeah, just fucking.
Come to my team.
Loads of people were there, just pissed in the pubs, loving it. You were just high off Piriton.
Yeah, I was. Couldn't see.
Couldn't see anything.
Was I crying? No. Hay fever.
Where are you going with 3?
Number 3, and I mean this with pure respect.
What is it?
Bonnie Blue.
How is that a comeback? You can't have a comeback just because you've got cum on your back.
You can. It's a comeback.
Fair enough. I suppose that works.
Yeah, and she's reinvented a career from pound stretcher to a pound stretcher.
Right. You just wanted to get that joke in, and I respect it. In at 2, very similar to 3, in the fact that this person also was faced with hordes of sweaty, hairy men.
Flee, you fools.
It's Alfred the Great, who fought off the great heathen army to then help forge the kingdom of England, essentially.
Well, that's what Bonnie Blue
2
did.
generations later, obviously, it was Ethelstan, but that doesn't matter. But yeah.
Great. So what's number 1? This was the hardest one. What is it?
It's also the hardest one if you stand on one of these in bare feet. We're going with a plug. No. We're going with Lego.
It's phenomenal. What a phenomenal bit of kit.
It's so good. And the fact that, like, there's so much, like, cool tech out now and people are still going, I just want to make a castle.
And if you pull that big plastic treasure chest full of random Lego, it'll take an adult like 5 minutes to go on, I'll get on that ground sheet.
I've tried it with Rudy, and it's always just him going, put that, and I'm like, shut up,
Yeah.
let me just fucking go and play on that in there. Go and watch this. Watch the Gruffalo.
Go and use this knife sharpener.
Yeah.
Go and play with that.
Go and run with these scissors.
So there's your list. Top 6. Danny McLaughlin at 6. Gandalf the Grey at 5. Man United versus Bayern Munich 1999 at 4.
Bonnie Blue versus Balaclava people nearly 1999.
In the 90th minute, someone slung 2 in.
Alfred the Great and Lego.
At number 1.
Schwip.
We'll be doing a comeback next week. We come back every single Tuesday. Please follow us online on Instagram, TikTok, subscribe to the YouTube at Proper Rank. Oh, and do us a favour. We're like 5 in now, 6 in.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing compared to Bonnie. But tell a mate. Do us a
few of
favour.
them got 5 in.
Just tell a mate. If you're enjoying the podcast, just tell a work friend, an enemy, a loved one.
Tell your mum.
Smell your mum. It's a good comeback.
What a good comeback that was.
Fuck. But we will see you next Tuesday.
Bye.
What?
Salmon boy.
Salmon boy.